It's summer break right now. That means my kids are home from school and they are driving me crazy. So I decided to make a fun little game for them using scrap blocks and something you'll probably never guess. It's a potato. I've based the game off of one I've played called So it turns out the actual name of the game is copyrighted. So we're just gonna call it the Quirky block game.
The game is kind of like Scrabble or dominoes. The goal is to get 6 in a row, matching blocks with either the same shape or color. You keep adding blocks, creating new patterns until all the blocks have been used. I'll add a link for a video in the description box that shows how the full gameplay works. It's a really fun and simple game.
So keep watching and learn how to make one of your own.
I had a chunk of 1.5 inch thick scrap poplar in my shop. The first thing I did was to take it to the table saw and cut it into 1/2 inch wide strips. To cut down the blocks to size, I used one strip to measure the width onto another strip. That way I could get an exact square. If you like DIY games, you should check out my homemade Mancala board. I'll drop a link in the description box so you can get the building plans. I used the first square to set up a stop block on my miter saw. That way I could cut the rest of the strips into 1.5 inch squares really quickly, and I could be ensured that they would all be the same size. You need 108 blocks for this game. You liking what you see? Make sure to hit that like button. And while you're at it, subscribe to my channel. The cutting went quickly, but the sanding, on the other hand, that was a different story. I ended up clamping my finish sander to my workbench, and it made it much easier to soften the edges of the wood blocks.
So I just finished sanding all of these little blocks, and I will tell you, sanding them individually is not the way to go. Definitely route the edge or sand the edge of the full board before you cut them down into blocks. Lesson learned.
Once the blocks were all cut and sanded, it was time to start putting the pattern on. I guess you could use any technique you wanted to put the pattern on the blocks. Since I was going to use the same 6 colors and 6 patterns for all of the blocks, I figured it would be easiest to make my own custom stamps. Did you know you can make a stamp out of a potato? I used small cookie cutters and little paper templates to cut designs in the center of half of a potato. I then carefully removed the excess around the design. I found 6 different colors of craft paint. The colors really don't matter, you just need 6 of them. I tapped each stamp in the paint and then tapped it on the plate a couple of times to remove the excess. Then I carefully pressed the design on the block faces. When the paint was dry, I took the blocks outside to spray them with some clear coat. The blocks are going to get tossed around a lot, so it's a good idea to protect those images. When the last layer of clear coat was dry, it was time to play. This quirky block game is my boy's new favorite. It's simple to learn, and it actually helps teach pattern recognition. If you wanted this project to go even faster, you could skip the scrap wood and just cut down strips of 1x2. All you need is 108 squares of whatever material you like. For more information about this project, head to pneumaticattic.com. Make sure to tag that like button and hit subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys!